What is going on, guys and girls? It is GhostRobo, and today we have some pretty cool insight into PlayStation 4 graphics as well as PlayStation 4's future capabilities. And I think this is something that nobody is really talking about, no one has really brought up, no one's really focusing on, but I think it's so freaking interesting and so freaking important. Now, what you're looking at on screen right now is footage from the Killzone Shadowfall gameplay demo shown at the Sony meeting a couple days ago. I think we can safely agree that this was the most impressive gameplay shown from a visual perspective. Of course, Capcom's tech demo of Deep Down looked amazing, and David Cage's Old Man looked fantastic, but we know that this was actual gameplay that someone was playing, so it gives us the best basis for what PlayStation 4 visuals will look like. Now, we are going to take a time machine trip back to 2005, and I think frankly this will really blow your mind. Now, first off, I want to say that these videos of PlayStation 4 games, there's no way that an online stream or even an online video can truly convey the way that these games will and do look in person. It's just we're coming up to a point where the visual fidelity of YouTube and video players is not going to be able to match up with what the games look like. So take that note in mind. And now we are going to travel back to 2005, which is when the PlayStation 3 was first announced, just like the PlayStation 4 was just announced at this Sony meeting. And I think that, eyeballs are a really funny thing. Eyeballs and perceptions, it's so relative. It's so based on the other things you're looking at around you, the other things that you see in relation, and that sort of forms the basis for how you judge something visually. And I'm going to switch the footage in a second here, but before I do, I want you to prepare yourself that all of this is real footage shown by Sony from their E3 2005 press conference. Okay, yeah, you're looking at Resistance, the first ever trailer for Resistance, and first off, God, what is this game? It looks completely crazy. Second of all, it looks horrible. It looks absolutely atrocious. It reminds me more of Doom than it does Resistance 3, and again, this is what they were targeting for PlayStation 3. If anything, this should make you jump out of your seat, because you've seen what they're targeting for PlayStation 4, and just imagine 5 years down the line, 6 years down the line, how freaking good those games are going to look. Now we're going to switch again to Metal Gear Solid 4, which should be, one of Sony's tentpole releases. Metal Gear is a huge franchise for Sony, and you'd think that they would push the graphics immensely. And, I think we look a little bit better here, but still, this is nowhere near what games today look like. Compare that to Metal Gear Rising. Compare that to even Metal Gear Solid 4 when it actually released. Nothing like it. And that gives me extreme hope when I see games like Killzone Shadowfall, and people are like, it looks better, but just like a PC game. Or they look at something, like that Drive Club, and they're like, driving games look good. I mean, somehow in people's mind, they have this history that, I'm not even going to show the Killzone 2 trailer because I think it's actually an anomaly, but they have this thinking in their mind that Sony duped everyone with the PlayStation 3, and perhaps they did for launch games. Perhaps they did for what they initially delivered at the beginning in 2006 and 2007, but if you compare what they were targeting back then to what they've achieved in 2012 and 2013, it's not even close, and in fact, they have over-delivered, which now you start to get excited for the PlayStation 4, and one of the things that I've wanted the most from this next generation is a significant leap, and of course, you're never going to be able to match that leap from 2D to 3D, or even, I think, the leap from something like, PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, just because it was so significant in taking something that was incredibly abstract and defining it more. Now we're going for extra this, extra that, a little bit more clarity, as opposed to, okay, this guy looks like a human blob, and now he actually looks more like a person that I might see on the street. That change will never be able to be replicated. But take a look at this. Here we have Call of Duty 3s for PlayStation 3, and again, this game, I can't believe that we were excited for the visuals. It just looks so bad. It looks so bad. If anything close to this release today, no one would play it unless it was called Aliens Colonial Marines. But beside the point, it looks just crap. It looks like complete crap. So when you see the new Call of Duty for PlayStation 4, keep that in mind, because I'm going to quickly show you the best comparison, I think, to Call of Duty 3, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, running on the PlayStation 3, and it's leaps and bounds better. I mean, of course, you can see some similarities for what they were going for, but it's nowhere close, and this is what happens when you let a console be in developers' hands for 5, 6, 7 years, and they're able to fully master and take an engine to the next level, take a system to the next level, and really wow you with graphical prowess. Now, of course, there were some games that did look really, really good when the PlayStation 3 first came out, and they ended up not really being gameplay. Right here is a MotorStorm launch trailer, and the final game, while looking good, never lived up to this hype. But as you saw from the past 3 or 4 examples, Sony really did over-deliver, and Xbox did as well. Microsoft did the same thing with Xbox 360. Compared to the first looks at Perfect Dark Zero and matching that up with Halo 4, it's night and day, completely not the same. But we're talking about PlayStation 4 here, and what I am most focusing on is the fact that PlayStation 4 will freaking blow your mind. I think that it's safe to say, no matter what you think about PCs or advancement of technology, or we've reached some plateau, I think it's safe to say that whatever you think about the share features, whatever you think about the controller, the visuals and the actual games themselves will freaking just make our eyeballs bleed joy in a couple of years. You know, maybe not right away. Maybe not holiday 2013 when the system launches. Maybe we'll be a little bit let down. Maybe our eyes will be a little bit, still judging if it's a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4 game. But give them a few years and they will really, definitely just deliver. I just know they will. You know they will. We've now taken this trip back to 2005, and you can see what we were supposed to get for PlayStation 3 and how much more we actually did receive. And it has me very excited for gaming. This will be a fantastic year for games, both what's released on current systems and what comes out for the new consoles, and it only makes me more excited for the next 5 or 6 years. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope it was insightful and cool for you guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, add your favorites. It does help out a ton. I'm very interested by all this stuff, so I plan on covering the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720 from now until they release and beyond that. So hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. Until next time, guys and girls, we'll see you all later.